Hey guys, Tikash here. Welcome back to my channel where it's all horror all the time. I hope everyone's getting that Octoberish Halloween tingle as I am, for lack of a better word, right about now. And welcome to episode 7 of Vampyr. Not a whole lot to reminisce on, so to speak, since last session. But then again, it has been a few days. So, let me jump right back in and do a little bit of a recap by means of the quest log, or however you may choose to call it. So what exactly were we doing again? I have accepted Dr. Swansea's help. I will work at the Pembroke Hospital. I have no choice. Wait, why am I reading this out loud? This already says quest complete. See, this is the kind of thing that happens when I take a few days away from Twitch. What were we doing again exactly? Oh yeah, the whole blackmail affair. I have lost the trail of Nurse Dorothy Crane after her meeting with some shady gang member. Luckily, I found a useful hint on the man's corpse after some frenzied scoundrels murdered him. Some sort of coupon for a free medical exam in Whitechapel. The flyer is written in English and Romanian. The owners of the voucher are invited to find one Darius Petrescu's house and ask for Dorothea. Are this Dorothea and Dorothy Crane the same person? Is she the author of the blackmail letter sent to Lady Ashbury? I think I'd better go to Whitechapel as soon as possible to get all the needed answers from the nurse, if I can find her there. Yeah, that all seems familiar right about now. I was kind of hoping for a map of the hospital interior, but maybe that's just a bit too much to ask for. Looks like none of the cabinets have refilled in my absence, which is a bit of a shame. But then again, also a bit more true to life, I suppose. So yeah, apart from tracking down Lady Ashbury, what I was thinking of is talk to as much people in the hospital as possible to get a sense of the world building for one, possible side quests for another, and also see who I can cure, if any at all. Because I have a hunch as soon as I move on to the next city district, the game is going to automatically neglect the healthcare situation in any given district by virtue of me having moved on. So, as paradoxical as it may seem, given the title of the game, for one, let's see just how many people we can get in tip-top shape. If only so they can serve us down the line, is what I'm thinking right now.
It's locked, all right. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm fairly certain we exhausted all our dialogue options with this particular lady, but you know what? If not for a quick recap, if nothing else, let's go with this one.
Pepper, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
But you're doing something important here. For all the patients who need your help.
We save lives, sure. Each time we send a cured patient home, it's a relief beyond words.
But
Since the epidemic, I feel so powerless.
right, I guess that's
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
all for now. So yeah, for anyone hoping to check in on like a very combat action heavy session, I'm really just trying to familiarize myself with the good citizens of the hospital for now. And I mean, hey, you can't have horror if you don't get attached to the characters involved. Am I right?
So many deaths. A lot of my own.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Oh man, this is gonna be another one of those sessions, isn't it?
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I mean, in my defense, it's been a week. I'm just gonna have to try and relearn who hangs around where exactly.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
There's Lady Ashbury right there. Kind of want to stall that for the moment.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest, then.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Okay then, noted. There's what's his face? The guy with the arm issue. Am I right?
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick, unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Alright, let's try and perform a medical
Is there
checkup on
anything
this
else
guy.
that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
That's what you say, but how about press F for details? Ah,
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
guy seems to be in good condition, all in all.
Good evening, sir.
I mean, it is a hospital. There's got to be someone around here who's not so lucky.
Reads me like a book.
This guy doesn't seem familiar.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Except it's just the same guy who moved to a
Goodbye,
different
Dr.
room. No matter. Scratch that. Could very well be the hospital is just not as expansive as I presumed it to be. There's always that possibility.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Well, looks like we got off to a good start.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
All right, fair enough. No need to be pointing the finger just yet.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. Again, since it's been nearly a week, the particulars of Mr. Fiddick's case elude me for the moment. But, you know, it's not like a plague-related situation, so it's not contaminous or anything, as far as I know. How about we give this guy just a little bit of leeway and try to establish a little, you know what I'm getting at.
I really hope you're right about this, Dr. Ackroyd. I'm trusting your judgment on this.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
But then again...
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Alright, that's good to know.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Well, I like to think I've been as neutral as I could have been. What's up with this lady again?
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
No, you do not.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Alright, confession time. By now, I have indeed completely and utterly forgotten who this Mr. Elwood is. But I'm sensing the classic kind of Bram Stoker-ish attachment between vampires and their enslaved mortals, or whatever the current lingo is.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Obviously.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Alright, I guess she's on the up and up as far as vampires or wannabe vampires go. I don't suppose this would be Nurse Crane again?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Or her.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Yeah, we're about done for now.
Suffering continues.
As are you and I. There's the poor bloke with the face. What's his name?
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Right, there we go. Yeah, it's all starting to come together now.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
Hint failed. I was not even aware that was an option. What does that mean? So, Thomas feels responsible for his disfiguration during the war. Thomas sees Thelma Hallcroft as living proof that there is hope for him. And then, hint lost. Now, if memory serves me correctly, that's actually the first time that's happened to me, so I'm not quite sure what to make out of this. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the... Obviously... that third hint is not going to contribute any further to his health level, and thereby my experience points gains if and when I would choose to feed on the guy. But as far as world building and further social interaction goes, I'm not quite sure. So that's kind of an interesting development right there.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain.
I wonder what your last
Here
thoughts
again.
would be, sir.
Actually,
Mr. Elwood.
you know what?
Dr. Reed.
Let's try and perform a medical checkup on
Soldier,
him.
do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Nah, he's good. Relatively speaking, anyway.
The daily routine.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
I'm kind of tempted, on one hand, to seek out some more dialogue on this level, but you know what? Just to move things along a bit, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to Lady Ashcroft. Ashford, what's her... You know what I'm getting at. Don't be weird. Still no map of the hospital interior.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect.
Right, you know what? While we're here, let's see what else is new with this lady. Can't even interact with her. I guess that's the end of her
Coats my
ranting.
blanket. Oh, the cold will be my death.
Nope, not in here. I'm pretty sure.
As for me, an idiot.
No. I'm messing up. I definitely want to go up the stairs for this one. I think.
Not now.
Nah, she wouldn't be up on the third floor. Now, would she? No, that's locked off from both ends. I'm grasping at straws here. And even the compass marker icon thingy is pointing down. So I should be at least in the general facility by now. Let's see if we can find some glowy, shiny stuff while we're here. Except not really. Woman, I just ran into you. Coincidentally, I didn't even mean to. Here we are.
My medication.
This is the. Now I spoke too soon. This is not the place, in fact.
All near again.
Now, why is this quest marker pointing outside? I wonder. And what is the other quest marker for? Alright, looks like that's some bullshit marker I just placed there accidentally. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. So why is this marker pointing outside when we're looking for Lady Ashcroft? I do wonder. Ooh, shiny. There.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you, it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan? All right, say I trust you. But you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree to that.
And
What?
since a lady
We
always
could?
keeps her promises, I will now answer any questions you may have.
Alright, now we're getting down to it. Let's start with the obvious, get it out of the way.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
The difference being...
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires, but all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
No, why would I want to go ahead and do that?
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
Go on.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but... are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of vampire is a Scowl?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our... hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Oh, thank fuck. I was afraid she was gonna maybe do some head math. Right there and then.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Give me a figure here, woman.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Fair enough.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain. More than likely, it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society, and like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
Well, I mean, yeah.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Yeah, so my bad. I mistook Lady, Ashface to be someone else entirely. And I do believe we need to head to the upstairs workshop to analyze any and all blood samples. So, just from the top of my head, I want to say this is our office, laboratory, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so to analyze. Ah, looks like that freed up a new kind of serum to fabricate at will. I'm not 100% on what we had equipped earlier, so we've got a light regeneration serum to regenerate health points, another one to regenerate stamina, and then another one to regenerate 60 blood points.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Well, let's go ahead and do just that then. Let's check out the mission statement here, shall we? Causes and effects. My recent trip to Whitechapel proved to me how desperate this situation is for Londoners, and how they all must cope with this threat the best way they can. Causes and effects seem irredeemably intertwined. Dorothy Crane chose to steal and blackmail to gather enough money to illegally heal the poor. But I also saw her desperately try and save a dying patient in a rudimentary dispensary. In the end, we both failed saving the poor man. But I am now convinced the Spanish flu must be linked to the vampire epidemic, for my analysis of Razvan's blood revealed the same highly unstable blood I have already observed on William Bishop. I should report all these events to Dr. Swansea and ask for his medical and vampire expertise. I thought he was on the floor up. Could just be me though. Dr. Swansea, here we are.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak. But I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Did we? Honestly, I cannot quite recall. I'm gonna give myself the benefit of the doubt here.
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
Alright, just keep loading on that pressure. I'm right here.
I admit it did occur to me. Blood seems to be the common factor in all of this.
I totally agree. We're in uncharted territory here. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, but Imagine the possibilities.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
So what now?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Yeah, you know what? I'm fairly certain this is not going to be your regular run-of-the-mill funeral, so that seems like a suitable-ish point to call it quits for the night. So, don't like whatever you do, don't subscribe, and if you hit that donate button, I will find out where you live, and I will come to your house, and I will cut you, and also dildo. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye for now.